So hello, today I'm hanging out with my favorite superhero expert, Kula, who just finished playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. He's got some strong opinions about the game, so I thought we would sit down and do a quick review about the game. Let's see what he thinks about Spidey's latest adventure. Okay, I'll ask you some general questions, right? First part. What do you think of Spider-Man 2 overall?
What does that mean?
It means what do you think about the game overall? Maybe as compared to the other ones. I don't know.
How about this? Because in most of the games, right, you didn't get to block people, but now actually you now get special attacks on the side and the other side. So
What side? What are
you get special powers. So you press L1 square to do it, right? So for example, how you parry is that if you see how you parry. So parry is like a thing where when you see like an attacker, when you see it's red and it's a heavy attack, you press L1 quickly and then it will parry, then you break it. Then you break the heavy attack, and then you can attack. But the best thing, if you see people with swords, you can also do this.
The people with swords?
Because if with Craven the Hunter's sevens, they will have swords. So if you probably want to web them up. So when you web them up, then they can't move still, but you have to do it quickly because the people in the game, they can break free out of your webs.
Okay. All right. Which Spider-Man did you like playing? Did you like playing as more, like as in Peter Parker or Miles, and why?
So me, I liked playing Peter, right? Because he would also, the symbiote would also get on him because he was one of the only characters that symbiote got on him. Like it's like a venom what he's made of, right? He's made out of symbiotes, but also Miles Morales, because now I also get lots of these lightning powers compared to Spider-Man Miles Morales. Because instead now in the game they've made Miles Morales, they've made his lightning blue instead. Where with Peter Parker also, when you have the symbiote, it's not just the suit that matters. You also get to get a superpower where you get to like said, right? And then you get to perform finishers while you fight. But the thing is that in the game, right, next thing, now it's the symbiote, it started controlling him more.
Okay, so did the game feel more fun than the first one?
Yes.
It did? Okay,
because
why?
It's because that I guess when you go to the suits page, you see there's some available suits when you want to go to the suits page. So every time you go where you see to the settings place, you see that there's also suits available. It will show you the suits that are available. So when you see these stars, right? When you see white stars or gold stars, it means you can buy them. Because they're affordable, but some things you'd have to get like tokens or different things because each each activity you do is you get a token from that activity.
All right. Okay, now next section is about the story and the characters, right? So what was your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part in the story was that symbiote stage. So not so like the place, so like the stage where it was me versus Peter Parker, because he was getting controlled by the symbiote. So my job was to try and ring the bell. So here's the part: if you ring a bell, it will stun the venom. So it will like stun Peter Parker, because then at the
What does the bell do?
Huh?
What does the bell do to him exactly?
The bell, what it does exactly, it makes the symbiote want to get off. But then it will also come back to you, because when you ring the bell and ring, it will start to make Peter Parker want to it will start to want to make Peter Parker it will start making the symbiote want to get off you. Because now next thing, the symbiote, you see there are these spikes and waves coming out.
All right, just like the movie. Okay. Who was your favorite villain in the game?
Venom.
It was Venom. All right. What are the other villains in the game besides Venom?
The other villains, there's Kraven the Hunter. Next there's there's Martin Lee.
Who was that lizard you were fighting?
That lizard was Dr. Connors. In every cartoon and movie, Dr. Connors is the lizard.
Okay.
He's even in Tom Holland's movie. Tom Holland is one of the Spider-Man actors, the people voicing Spider-Man. Because I checked on Google, right? If you check on your TV, if you have Google, you see and you have to ask if you say who was the Spider-Man actor, you see it will Google will say the first three actors who made Spider-Man. The Spider-Man movies.
All right. So did anything in the story surprise you?
It surprised me, because here's one thing that was now pissing me off in the game. The symbiote people, like the people got infected by the symbiote, they could come from the ground. Right? Here's the next thing. The people with the symbiote, if you see, sometimes I even have bells that I bring with me. But when I was now versing the symbiotes, right? When it was my second time versing the symbiotes, my thing was I had to try and make a bell, right? So then if you have a bell with you, you can ring one by one. You can defeat them one by one.
If you could add any superhero to the game, who would it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Any superhero that you could think of, any Marvel superhero?
Maybe Black Panther.
Why?
He has claws, because the symbiote they also have claws.
Also, you think it'd be a fair match?
No, because at the same time the symbiote could heal. Because when I was Peter Parker, I saw that sometimes when I was scratching Peter Parker, right? Sometimes people scratch Peter Parker, but then it heals right back in. Even if you try and punch it, it will come right back in. So it's like heals you, because when Kraven the Hunter before Spider-Man got the symbiote, Kraven the Hunter had stabbed Spider-Man.
All right.
So then after, now the symbiote, it came from Harry because his father infected him with the symbiote. That's how he became Venom, because with a large dose of symbiote, it can infect your whole body, and it has enough of that to infect everyone in the world.
All right,
But the symbiote has one thing: it lies to you. It lies to you. It lies to your whole. It lies to your whole mind. It lies.
All right.
Because that thing starts talking, thinking, it starts acting like your friend. So it starts acting like your friend. So when it acts like your friend, it's basically like it wants your body to try and say, come to me. Okay, fine. I'll agree. I'll destroy everyone. But then at the same time, people don't say that. No, you don't. You make sure you don't control me, because that's what I've noticed in the cartoon. It doesn't say next thing when the symbiote wants to come back to your body. The Spider-Man doesn't say no. You have to not control me. You have to let me have the power and don't control me.
All right. Okay, now next part is about the combat and the powers, right? Which powers or abilities did you enjoy using the most?
The most abilities that I enjoyed using the most was with the symbiote. I liked, because in the game if you get to a part where you have to verse symbiote, right? Lots of symbiotes, you see that the whole town will be filled with symbiotes. But next thing, Matt and Lee now start helping Miles Morales, right? And then after they go inside Peter Parker's mind, they go inside his mind, and then Matt and Lee, he uses his powers, and then it's because Dr. Connors, before he got turned into the lizard, and after that fight with Peter Parker, after Dr. Connors said that you still have a little bit of symbiote left inside your body. Because the symbiote, it was called anti-venom. So with that symbiote, that kind of symbiote, it couldn't control you, because it wasn't venom symbiote.
So where did it come from?
It was from the symbiote that was left in his body, and then I think Martin Lee, he made it bigger, but also it couldn't control him at the same time.
Okay.
So I also still had those superpowers.
All right. Okay, so who had the cooler moves, Miles or Peter?
Peter Parker.
Okay, all right. Did you find any parts of the game too hard or too easy? Like which parts did you find too hard?
It was the boss fight against Venom.
That was the hardest?
Yes, because...
Not the Dr. Connors?
No. Venom was way harder. Like, even when after you get into Peter Parker and you switch again, you see, next thing you turn into Venom, you like vanquish the guards and you kill them. If you see finishers, you see whether Venom he makes spikes out of the symbiote, or whether he bites the soldiers. Like, his teeth are very strong. If you are versing Venom, if you reach that stage, he will bite you. He will bite you on the shoulder, and then he'll throw you on the ground. Then after, you get the least amount of health.
Wow. All right. Which parts were too easy? Like easy boss. What is the easiest boss fight?
When I was Venom, the easiest boss fight was against Kraven the Hunter, because now I had been very strong. The next boss fight that was easy was Martin Lee.
All right.
Because he defeated me a little bit. But the thing is that on the first stage, before he'd upgraded, it's like I kept dodging and dodging. In fact, he kept going so fast that if you see they're fast players, right? Yes, you see they look fit and they have superpowers, but they go too fast that you see that it's getting too easy.
All right. Next part is about the gameplay experience. Okay, you already spoke about the boss fight. You said it was what?
It was
What was your favorite mission in the game?
It was like a mission where you go in the museum and then you see robbers, but you have to hide. It was that kind of mission.
Or like what, stealth?
Where you're not Spider-Man, because of course the robbers would see you because you're big. Because instead.
So who are you playing as?
Miles Morales, because in the game they make their own spider bots. So spider bots are things that are small. They can also climb, but they can't fly.
All right.
If you hold the jumping button.
All right. How did it feel swinging around the city?
It felt a little good, but at first one of these powers that I got for web swinging, it was like a loop-de-loop power. So the loop-de-loop power, how you explain it is that you basically you have to like go super high, then you have to dive around fast, and then you can do like a loop-de-loop.
All right, all right.
Because at first I wanted to try doing a loop-de-loop, but instead it told me that I have to get enough air to dive. That's what I didn't know.
All right. Okay. So did you have a favorite suit or costume in the game?
My favorite suit for Miles Morales was the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse suit, and then for Peter Parker it was. I would say it was the anti-venom suits.
Okay.
But some of these suits that you get, they actually don't have any like styles, because each suit that you get, you see that there will be question marks and then it will say styles. So now that I've noticed, because I got this suit called the hybrid suit, and I thought it would also have different styles, but it didn't.
Okay.
Because it didn't show any question marks for styles.
Oh, you didn't have to buy them.
No, because if you have to get enough money to buy the styles. That's what I'm meaning. Because if you have enough money and then you see that it's not red, you can get the styles, of course. But you have to spend money, the tokens wisely, because some things can be very expensive.
Also, you have to budget basically.
But some things, right, you can afford them, but then you still be left with the same amount of skills.
Okay. Anyway, what would you rate the game out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Well, it was a very good game. Okay, personal reflection, right? What did the game teach you about being a hero?
It taught me if something controls me, you have to fight it back, and basically not want to keep it forever, or else it will get stronger, and then eventually it will take over your whole.
Or to consume you. Okay. If you're Spider-Man in real life, what's the first thing you would do?
The first thing I would do is I'll try and look for a robber and try and punch them.
All right. Would you recommend this game to other kids your age?
I'd recommend them to like my soccer friends. If you don't have the disc version for it, you'd have to pay for Spider-Man 2, because the games on PS, they aren't free.
All right. So so out of all three of them, Spider-Man, there's Spider-Man what, 1, there's Miles Morales, and there's Spider-Man 2, right?
Spider-Man.
How would you rank them from best to worst? Which one is the best one out of all three?
Spider-Man 2,
And then followed by
followed by Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 1.
Because he has
So Miles Morales, you didn't like it?
No, I like it. Here's the thing, I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing with the game. Yeah. When you see it, right? When you see it, with the game, if you see when you fight too much and then you see you have to meet Uncle Aaron by Hell's Kitchen. It's not like the show. It's just like a town.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to go and go and then he would give you a machine that you'd have to scan for sound,
Mm-hmm.
which you guys wouldn't like, because if you see and you watch a video of the Rat Brad, you now learn how to get there, because the Rat Brad, he can show you some skills. So if you watch that video, it will teach you, because I even didn't like it, so instead I chose to not play the game and wait. So instead I switched to Spider-Man 1.
Mm-hmm. Did you finish Spider-Man 1?
Spider-Man 1? No, it's a long story.
Okay. Anyway, that's what Cooler thinks about Spider-Man 2, and honestly, I think he could be the next official reviewer for Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you enjoyed this little review, give us a thumbs up and let us know what your favorite part of the game was. Until next time, stay amazing, just like Spider-Man. Okay, last thing. What game are you currently playing? What other games are you currently playing?
Okay, I'm playing Fortnite nowadays.
And
And also,
what game did you play today?
I mostly played Fortnite.
And God of War?
Yeah, God of War 2.
So next time we're reviewing God of War, right? No, God of War 1, not 2. We haven't played Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say bye. Say
Wait.
bye to your viewers. What do you
Bye.
want to say to them?
And make sure you subscribe, because you have to make sure you subscribe. You really subscribe in this one. Many people don't like to subscribe.
And like.
Yes.
And share.
And never share. They never share.
No, they tell them to share. They have to share your content.
Yes, because if you don't share your content, then after, for a few videos, you have to miss out.
Say bye.
Bye.